Imagine you meet two people at a party. The first one starts talking for 10 straight minutes about their weekend plans, their vacation plans, their opinions, and everything else in between. The second person asks you genuine questions and actually seems genuinely interested in your answers. Now, here's the weird part. Most people will walk away from that second interaction thinking,
Wow, that's a really interesting person.
even though they barely said anything and just asked questions. That's not an accident, and it's not a coincidence. Harvard researchers have actually studied this, and what they found in brain scans completely changes how I view conversations, and will have for conversations. I'll get to that in a second, but first, here's the principle that's been messing with my mind all week long. There's one habit, one specific shift in how you show up in conversations that makes people enjoy talking to you without being funnier, without being more interesting, without being more charismatic, which is honestly a trifecta for me. And once I show you the science behind why it works, you'll never be able to unhear it. Hey, I'm Mike Collins, and on this YouTube channel, we talk about personal finance and personal development. This is day 7 of the 30-day challenge of How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Not just read through the book, but actually apply this to real life and actually find out the science behind why this works. Day 6 was about remembering names and the neuroscience behind it, and why your name is the most important sound in any room. Today builds directly on that. Because if day 6 made people feel recognized, day 7 is about making people feel heard. And there is a difference. Carnegie put it simply: be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. 6 words. And most people hear that and think,
yeah, I already do that.
But here's the honest question. In the last 5 conversations that you've had, how much of the time were you actually listening, like actively listening, versus preparing to say something in response? There's a difference between listening and waiting your turn to talk. Most of us are doing a lot more of the second one than we'd like to admit. Here's the Harvard study that I mentioned. Researchers used fMRI brain scanning to figure out what happens when people talk about themselves. They found 2 specific regions, and I'm going to completely butcher these, but just bear with me. The nucleus accumbens and the ventral tegmental area, which are both part of the brain's mesolimbic dopamine system. These are the same regions associated with food, money, and sex. Let me say that again. Talking about yourself activates the same brain regions connected to eating food, making money, and that other thing. If you break it down, about 40% of our everyday speech is focused on how we feel and how we think. That number jumps to 80% on social media. And here's the part that really got me. Participants in the study were willing to give up between 17 and 25% of their potential earnings to just talk about themselves. People gave up real money just to talk about themselves, which honestly explains a lot about social media, family dinners, and every meeting you've ever sat through where there's that one person that just always just shares their opinion. So here's the implication for you and me. When you give someone the space to talk about themselves and you genuinely listen, you're not just being polite. You're literally triggering a pleasurable part of their brain. And they will associate that feeling with being around you. Now here's where Carnegie's principle gets real. Genuine listening is surprisingly difficult. Not because we don't care, because our brains are literally restless. While someone is talking, most of us are doing one of these 3 things, if not all 3 things. Thinking about what we're going to say next, relating to their story back to a story that is connected to us, or half listening while we just glance at our phone. Definitely guilty of all 3. And none of that is listening. Listening is when you're present enough that you can actually ask a follow-up question regarding the thing that they're talking about.
Wait, how did that turn out?
What made you decide that?
How long had that been going on?
Those questions do something really powerful. They tell the other person, I'm here. I'm actually paying attention to you, and that I actually care. And people remember that more than what you actually said. Now here's the real life application. I've been paying attention to this all week, and something honestly surprised me. When I stopped saying clever things, which if you know me by now, I'm kind of a butt when it comes to that. And I started asking better follow-up questions. Conversations actually got easier, not harder. There was less pressure, less performance, less feeling like I had to carry the whole interaction, which you know is really hard for me. People naturally actually filled the space of conversation. Conversations actually went longer than they normally would have. And more than once, this happened unprompted.
Oh, wow. That was actually a really nice conversation that we just had.
And I barely did anything. I just listened. So Carnegie was actually right. One warning before we get to the challenge that I have for you guys: fake interest doesn't work. We've all experienced it. Someone asks you a question and you start to answer, and you can literally see the other person just stop listening. Their eyes shift, their body language changes. They're just waiting for you to finish so they can talk. That's not curiosity, that's some sort of script they have going on up in their heads. And I'm guilty of that too. The more you genuinely self-disclose something to someone else and they reciprocate that, the more you tend to like each other. That cycle only starts with real interest. The goal isn't to ask questions. The goal is to care about the answer. People feel the difference every time. Here's the challenge that I have for you guys, and it's really simple. In your next conversation, try to do what I like to call the 70-30 rule. You listen 70% of the time and you contribute 30% of the time. And don't try to track the numbers. Ask one genuine follow-up question for every story that someone else tells you. Not to be strategic and not to manipulate the conversation, just to understand the person in front of you a little bit better. See what happens. I think you'll be surprised. The older I get, the more I think Carnegie understood something that most people miss. Most people walk around hoping that someone will just listen, not fix us, not impress us, and not one-up us. Just listen. And when you become that person, you genuinely actually stand out and become more interesting yourself. Because we need social contact and communication for our genuine fundamental well-being. An important part of that is just feeling connected and having our experiences acknowledged by someone else. Genuine attention is one of the rarest things that you can literally give to someone, especially nowadays. And it literally costs you absolutely nothing. If you want to be interesting, stop spending time trying to be interesting and start actually being interested. That's day 7. One principle, one challenge to you guys. And honestly, this might be one of the more easier things to apply from one of Carnegie's points. If you're following along with the 30-day challenge, please let me know in the comments below, what is the most interesting conversation you've had? What was it about? If you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for future content. And I'll see you guys on day 8 of this journey. Stay consistent out there.